Damn, baby, you be crazy about damn, baby, you be crazy about damn, baby, you be crazy about damn.
Appeared in a Prince George's County courtroom this afternoon at 1:15 p.m. Eastern. Of course, following this very closely here on Live Now from Fox, as authorities say a mother and her daughter have been charged in connection with murdering the family's grandmother. Police have charged.
Now, this is from a year ago, and maybe I'm living under a rock, but I've never heard of this case till this year.
44-year-old Candace Craig with first and second degree murder. Her 19-year-old daughter is also charged with accessory after the fact. Let's take you out to some remarks here, live, raw, and unfiltered on Live Now from Fox.
Yeah, what can you say as far as what happened at the hearings today? No bond status. I missed part of it. Was it said that...
Right, like, what can you say after that? Like, it's just ugh.
All of the victim and the two defendants lived all together.
So the victim and we believe that the victim and the two defendants were all connected to the house in some way. Obviously, they were all related. And today, the two defendants were held without bond in this case.
And do we know how she actually died at this point?
At this point, that is still under investigation. The ME is involved, and hopefully we'll have a cause of death shortly.
Is that something that can be determined with a body that mutilated, or is that
with the extent of the injuries, with the dismemberment, it is going to be very difficult. I think that the ME's office will do their best to give us a cause and manner of death. But in this case, which is unlike any case I have ever seen or experienced here in the county, to say it's disturbing is an understatement. It's horrifying. The allegations contained in the statement of charges is just heartbreaking. One of the things that I wanted to mention is that this is Elder Abuse Awareness Month, and it's important, I think, to note in this.
Bro, they cut up their grandmother. What in the fuck is wrong with the world? What? Like, was she like the worst ever or something? Like, what, am I missing something? Like, did she like touch y'all or something? Like, it has to be something off. Like, I don't get it. Because, like, I don't get that one, bro. Unless people are walking around here just that messed up, bro. Like, no reasons at all. But I just can't. Like, whatever happened to just moving out? It's okay to just grow apart and move out. Like, if you're having problems with your parents or your grandparents, or you need money and you find yourself just out here, like, bro, just move. Go experience more life. Trust me, there's more out there. Sometimes your grandparents and parents are just getting older. It's a part of life. Their mind is deteriorating. It's okay. Sometimes we don't even notice it. You know, and like she said, it's Elder Awareness Month, like abuse, whatever she said. Like, that's important because there are a lot of people who get dropped off to nursing homes and they get mistreated and like, or go get some real help, bro. Because there's no way I could see anyone just waking up. Well, I couldn't even bruh, like, just hearing like. Bro, I couldn't even imagine, like, no, bro. I can't even put myself in their position to see what made this okay. There's nothing okay about it. Like, it's insane, bro.
This case that someone related to our victim was concerned enough about her whereabouts that they reached out to do welfare check. And the Prince George's County Police Department is a wonderful resource, as well as all of our municipal departments. They do these welfare checks because of someone caring enough to reach out, because our department was doing its job. We uncovered a horrific crime. And so our job now is to ensure that our victim gets justice, and that is what we're going to do. Jess Garth, who's the chief of our Special Victims and Family Violence Unit, I'm going to ask her to come up and talk a little bit about, some of the facts as we provided in court today for those of you who weren't there. So Jess?
Join my free workshop on how to buy apartments without using your own money in the Columbus area. Here are 3 reasons why you...
Good afternoon. As the state's attorney said, somebody did come forward and contacted the police department and asked the police to do a welfare check. At the time that the officer arrived at the home, they were allowed to enter the home by one of the residents. In the basement, they uncovered the putrefying remains of the decedent in this case. They locked down the scene, they went and got a search warrant. And what they uncovered was, as the state's attorney said, one of the most disturbing crimes I think that this county has seen, at least, in recent times. It looks like there was some sort of a disagreement between Ms. Craig and her mother, the decedent. Sounds like at that time she opted to take the life of her mother. And then after that, she and her daughter dismembered the body, I believe using a chainsaw, and then attempted to dispose of the parts of the body using fire on a grill and in a bonfire, according to the investigation so far. This is a...
Like,
that's still under investigation. We do anticipate that we'll have additional facts that we develop along the way. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them.
Is there any guess as to how long she may have died before the police were called?
I don't know. There is some indication that the fire department was called out on May 27th to investigate one of the fires that was being used to dispose of the body parts, but further than that, I can't say.
So at least someone's like,
Yes.
Obviously, we've kind of gotten to recognize you a little bit because you've been involved with some pretty gruesome cases.
Unfortunately, so.
Yeah, some pretty unfortunate stuff. And up there, you kind of talked about how this is one of the worst that you've ever seen.
Yes.
a week. If I ain't called a loved one in like a week, that feels like a lifetime. We talking about decomposing bodies in the crib for a week. Under the jail, please.
Add a little more context out here.
Sure. Well, I talk a lot about domestic violence, and often it's in the context of intimate partner violence.
What?
But family violence is, just as much part of domestic violence. And in many ways, we're talking about people who, they are supposed to be protecting one another, caring for one another. When you're talking about your elderly parents as they get older, it's our duty as children to protect our parents. It's certainly our duty to not murder them and then to dispose of them in such a gruesome way. When I think about this case, I think about how hard it is to actually dismember a human body. I mean, some people have difficulty, even cooking food, dealing with things like raw chicken. And when you're thinking about a body and then burning it, it just, it's very hard for me to think about, especially when you're talking about somebody who gave birth to you, who raised you. So, yeah.
It's safe to say you may never know how exactly she was killed.
As the state's attorney said, our medical examiner's office is going to do everything that they can do. It is possible that some of the evidence was destroyed, that we may need to determine the exact, way that she was taken from us. But I think it's safe to say that this case will be ruled a homicide.
Any update on the knife that was on the floor and then was missing when the police come back?
I don't have any particular details. I do know a search warrant was executed. They collected many, many different tools, and they'll be tested for DNA and for blood as well.
Yeah, bro. Under the jail. That's really crazy. So we got a case where someone is obviously cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Both of them are. And it's unfortunate, even for the rest of the family, to have to know that happened to their grandmother. It's just like, ugh. It's terrible.
We heard from Judge Ford, but Madam State's Attorney, is this the most gruesome murder that you've seen in your time?
I mean, absolutely. On so many different.
Because they'll probably make a movie about this. And this is where it's like a nasty bag. Because in 10 years, we will see like a Lifetime like movie about something like this. Or if it has already happened. And people will find a way to like romanticize this. And that's something that I don't think people talk about enough. Like, I think a lot of times we miss that these are actually real people in real situations that have really lost their lives, you know? So we have to like, you know, every video we're going to try to show like the ultimate amount of respect, bro. So, you know, in the comments, like, respect to the families, you know, for sure.
Levels. The fact that this was a mother, you know, that I don't believe I've had a case where a mother was killed by a daughter. And I certainly don't believe I've ever seen a case where a mother was not only killed by her daughter, but dismembered by her daughter and her granddaughter. So just the thought of people who are in your lineage, people who are supposed to be carrying on your legacy, being a part of your demise is almost unbelievable. And then not only but the death, but the dismemberment of the body being found in multiple bags, decaying in a home. I'm at a loss.
We're slightly different. Can I just ask one more? Were these like trash bags, gym bags, like?
The information I have is that they were plastic bags, but I don't know the size at this time.
Some sort of trash bag type thing.
I would imagine.
Okay.
And was this home the grandmother's home?
Yes.
Baby Cat. Yes, dig on it a little more.
Yeah,
I heard that
sure.
He was on probation, potentially.
This is another thing, like, man, this is weird. Talking to the older people out there, if you come across the videos, like, don't be afraid to kick some of these grandkids to the curb. Like, you know what I'm saying? Daughters, move on from some of these people. Like, vice versa. If someone treating you bad, your mama treating you bad, move on. Separate. Stop trying to pick up broken glass. You know? It could be family members, cousins, aunties, uncles, friends, whatever, girlfriends. Like, stop trying to pick up broken glass. Like, it'd be over with a lot of people. Like, as far as how they think about life, they have to go through their own stuff. And sometimes that's saving a life by doing that. Like, there's people in my life who let me go. That's probably to my, like, it helped me. And I've let people go, and it's helped them, and it's helped me. So it's like, you know, you got to really think about those relationships that you should leave, like almost like abusive relationships. I get how they can be hard to leave, but it's just like at a certain point, you have to care about yourself. You know, no matter what age. You know what I mean? Like a lot of us are, like, your children are born through you sometimes, but like a lot of them want to play God in these times. So you have to kind of like, they're influenced by not only you. Like, a lot of these kids aren't your kids anymore. Like, they're the world's kids, and you have to almost look at things like that, because you will be in situations to where even family will turn on you. Friends will turn on you. I'm sure we all know this, you know, but something to think about.
Time of the alleged attack on the bus in the district. Not registered at any school anywhere. It's also been confirmed. Should DJS have been supervising this child? The child is on probation. Should someone have been making sure he was kind of in school and living Life?
You know, because
Failure with DJs.
maybe you can ask that question. I think it's fair to say I've had a number of conversations with DJS, and as late as Friday, I've been in contact with the new Secretary of Juvenile Services. But we all have to do better because our young people have to be in school. Those who are on probation actually have to be super to our Department of Juvenile Services to ensure that the services that they do provide are actually meaningful to the people who they see. I think we can make actions that a child can experience. Certainly rehabilitation is the goal of the juvenile justice system. That's just not fair to the child. It's not fair to the community either. So there's a lot of work that we need to do, and DJS, I believe the new secretary knows that he has a lot of changes to make. So, thanks. Thank you.
You're just listening into this press conference there out of Prince George's County. Certainly a disturbing, a horrifying story that was their quote there of this, as the mother and daughter charged with the murder and the death of their grandparents. I want to put up the mug shots one more time here on Live Now from Fox and give you a little bit more detail on what we know from this. Of course, they were held there without bond as the 44-year-old Candace Craig with first degree, and her daughter also, Celia Hardy, charged with accessory after the fact. As authorities say, a mother and daughter have been charged in connection with murdering the families of the mother inside their home. Officials, they believe Craig murdered the mother, Margaret Craig, on the 23rd of May inside their home in Landover, Maryland. Investigators say the following day her daughter helped her mother attempt to dispose of the remains.
Landover, Maryland. Gotta be some different spirits over there, man.
On the afternoon of June the 2nd for a welfare check on the grandmother, and were allowed to search inside homicide. And
Well, all right for that.